Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to multiply fractions and mixed numbers. I'm going to start this lesson with this example of two co-presidents elections, okay? So let's read it together. Suppose that Anacleta and Anastasia were running for Stuco president, and after counting all the 350 student votes, Anacleta won because she obtained 3/5 of the numbers of votes. And the question is, how many votes did she obtain? So, if this cake represents all the votes, then 3/5, as you can see here, this is the sector that represents the winner, which is Anacleta. So, what does exactly of mean? The first thing we need to remember, guys, is that of in math means multiplication, right? So, we can rewrite the whole problem as the following. You do 3/5 times 350. Another important concept is that whenever you see a lonely number like 350, it is an integer, and every integer in math belongs to all rational numbers. Therefore, 350 actually has an invisible 1 as a denominator. So, in order for us to find the product of these two fractions, we must first get the product of the numerators and then divide it by the products of these denominators. Okay, so it should look like this. So here, this is the moment you need to be smart and try to identify if a numerator can be simplified with one denominator. For example, here 350 and 5 are both divisible by 5. So you can divide both by 5. Like 5 divided by 5 would become just 1, and 350 divided by 5 would become 70. So now it's a lot easier to get the result, because now all you need to do is mentally multiply 3 times 70 over 1 times 1. The result, what's going to be? 3 times 70 is just 210 over, of course, 1. And this is 210 then votes. This is the answer of the problem. How many votes out of 350 did Anacleta get? She obtained 210 votes out of those 350. Let's now analyze this new problem. What would be 3/4 of 24? Okay, so the first thing we need to remember is that 3/4 is actually multiplying 24 over 1. And you can go ahead and rewrite it the way it should be, which is 3 times 24 over the product of these denominators. This is how you normally get the answer, right? Product of the numerators over the product of these denominators. But if you notice, 24 and 4 both share 4 as a common divisor. So you can go ahead and simplify these two numbers, right? 24 divided by 4 would become 6. And 4 divided by 4 would simply become 1. So now, instead of multiplying 3 times 24, which is 72, and then that number divided by 4, it's a lot easier now to simply multiply 3 times 6, which is 18, right? 18 divided by what? By 1 times 1, 1. So of course the answer is just simply 18. So 18 is then 3/4 of 24. Let's now solve these couple of examples here. We have 4/7 times 14 17th. So we will quickly copy the way it should be. 4 times 14 divided by the product of 7 times 17. Now, as you can see, 14 and 7 share, of course, 7 as a common divisor. So 7 divided by 7 becomes 1, and 14 divided by 7, number 2, becomes 2. So now the multiplication becomes 4 times 2 divided by 1 times 17. So, in other words, the final answer will simply be 8 over 17, and that's it. Now, the second example here, as you can see, is the product of two mixed numbers. So the very first step is to simply change them into a couple of improper fractions, right? So the first one is 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 2, it'll be 22 divided by 5. And the second fraction will be 11 times 1 is 11, and 4, 15. Now we're ready to multiply just like we've been doing it so far, right? 22 and 11 are both divisible by 11. So that means that when you divide 22 by 11, it becomes 2, and 11 divided by 11 becomes 1. Additionally, 15 and 5 also share a common divisor, which is 5. So 5 divided by 5 becomes 1, and 15 divided by 5, it'll be 3. So then we are almost done. This is going to be 2 times 3 divided by 1. So the final answer will simply be 6. As you can see, multiplying fractions is a lot easier than peeling off mandarins. I hope you enjoyed it.